Guys, it's Sarah, and today is Booklist Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday, we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week, we are going to be sharing some of our almost favorites from 2023. We both already shared our top favorites of 2023, and I will leave both of those videos linked down below if you guys have not seen either one of those, but we've already shared them already, but these were like the runners-up. These were honorable mentions. We didn't mention them before, but they just barely made the cut for us, and this was very much not hard for me to grab these because I knew exactly what they were. I went back and forth between a couple of these and what actually ended up making my list, so it was very easy, but I do have 5 books here that I really enjoyed last year and almost made my favorites list. The first one is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I loved this book. I could not put it down. I read through it. I think I read it in 2 sittings. I just could not put it down. It was so fast paced. It was so interesting, and I had to know what was actually going on because she definitely leaves you guessing a whole lot. They are shorter chapters. It was just very quick to get through, and she really kept me going and wanting to pick this book up. I have not read the second book yet, but I definitely plan to, and I just absolutely loved it. And there's a 3rd book coming out soon too, so I should probably get on that and read the second book. But I absolutely love this one, and it was going in places I did not expect, which was fantastic, and it was great. This follows a woman who is a housemaid, and she gets a job with a family, and she ends up actually living in their attic. And she is realizing that upon further investigation, not everything is as perfect as it seems on the outside. And so she's finding out all their secrets and all the dirty laundry. And it's great. One that almost made my list is actually a middle grade book. This was probably the favorite book that I read during middle grade March this year, and that is The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise by Dan Geimenhardt. And I just really loved reading this book. It is a young girl who lives a very different type of lifestyle with her father, and they travel around on an old abandoned school bus and their adventures and who they meet. And, they're just constantly traveling. They never stay put. And, you find out why they live that way and things that are happening. And you see her really struggle with their lifestyle after a while and really kind of craving that community that she's not getting with the way that they're living. And so you see all that happening, and it was fantastic. I absolutely loved this one. There is a sequel that is coming out very soon, and I do plan to read that one this year as well. And yeah, it's a really great book. This next one, I had so much fun reading this one, and that is Finley, Donovan is Killing It by Elle Cosimano. This is the first book in the Finley Donovan series, and I definitely plan to continue with this one. This follows a woman named Finley who becomes an accidental investigator / prime suspect in a murder, and it was all completely by accident. It's one of those type things. And then she ends up really getting involved in trying to solve what the crime is and all that. It's humorous. It's pretty funny. She has a little bit of a sidekick as well. There are a couple of different love interests in this one. It was a lot of fun to read through, and especially because this book is set locally to me, and it talks about places that I actually go to and I shop and, all that stuff. So that's been a lot of fun to experience that while I'm living in this area in Northern Virginia. So this takes place locally. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I definitely plan to read the rest of this series, but this one I had a really great time reading. A fantasy book that I absolutely loved this year was The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This one is a revenge story times 10. We are following a boy named Tao, and in this village that he lives in, there's a lot of corruption. It's a lot of government corruption. And he's learning to be a warrior, even though he doesn't want to be. And he has plans to kind of get himself out of that situation until something happens to his family. And now he's set on revenge against the people who did this to him. And he goes to become a warrior, and oh boy, does he. You kind of see his madness happening, which was really interesting. It is very battle heavy. There's a lot of not only battles for training, like they're going through fighting and, doing all that kind of stuff, but there are actual battles in here as well. So it's pretty heavy on that. I enjoy that though. So that's something that I really enjoyed about it. The dragons in here are there, but they are not the main focus of the story. So don't go into this thinking this is really a dragon book. It really isn't. They're there. They serve a purpose, but it doesn't focus on them at all. But I do plan to read the other books in the series. That I have number 2 already. Number 3, I believe, is coming out sometime this year. It's a little murky on the details on that, but I know that there is a 3rd book being planned, and I think it's supposed to come out this year, and we'll see how that goes. But I definitely want to get to book 2 sometime this year for sure. And I really enjoyed it a lot. It was a great fantasy book. And the last one here is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This one is polarizing. People either love it or hate it. I loved it. I really identified with Harriet, who's the main character in here, and just some of the things that she was going through and decisions she was making, I could definitely identify with because I've made similar decisions in my past. And so I really felt a connection to her for sure, which I don't feel a connection to characters a whole lot, but when it does happen, it's really special and I tend to definitely remember it. This one follows a group of friends who have gotten together in this specific area, over the years, kind of like once a year type thing. And they are meeting again this year, and it ends up being their last year because the place that they usually stay at is being sold. And so now they're thinking, this might be the last time that we can do this. So they're trying to live it up. However, 2 of the people were in a very, very long-term relationship, and they have recently broken up. And they're trying to keep that a little bit quiet from their friends for certain reasons. And so it kind of becomes like a let's pretend we're still together type thing, almost a fake dating, but they're exes and everyone's expecting them to be together. So it's just one of those things. And along the way, you see them have some memories of past experiences, and they talk about some of their situations, and they talk about some of their issues and why things were happening and why they made certain decisions. And so you're going back and forth a little bit. And I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved the banter between them, and it was a great time for me. Okay, guys, those are 5 books that almost made my top reads of 2023. They're still in there. They just didn't make the top 10 video that I did. So make sure you go check out Lindsay today and see which books almost made her favorites for the year. And we will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.